And then what do we want to do? We probably want like a little thing to the right here next to each one that you can click, or maybe down here or wherever. But we want some sort of button that does this thing, that actually brings up the emoji picker. What do we have on Slack? On Slack, if you hover over a message, you get it over here on the right as part of a bar with several options. If there's already one there, then you can add a new one. But for the ones that don't have any yet, you have to go over here. So we'll add it over there to the right. Not that we're incapable of independent thought, but I already did it this way, so I'm going to do it this way. So that would be in message, right? Message component has the avatar. Then it has everything to the right of the avatar, which includes the metadata and the actual body. So this goes... This button should go to the right of everything else. So we have this, then we have this, then we have the button that we're adding. So I'm going to make it outside of the details div. No, inside the details div next to body. I'll put it right here. This is where I'm going to put my button. And I'll make it look like just a smiley face. So I'll just use I'll use Font Awesome for this. Let's get our list of free icons. Smile. That'll do. Don't forget class name. It's not where we want it, and it looks bad. That's okay.
Did you actually line it up by the metadata?
I kind of did, but I want it to the right of the messages, so let's see what we can do here. Here's the details div. That seems fine. Message itself, flex one. I kind of want the button to be probably want it to be absolutely positioned. Call this reaction button. And we are not using Aphrodite at this point. Say style equals styles.reaction button. Trying to decide if we're going to want. I think I'll at least throw a class name on here. Reaction button. I know I'm going to have an on-click here too eventually. So to get it where I want it, if I do like position absolute, well, it's a button and I want to undo all the buttoniness. So border 0, outline 0, background color transparent, padding 0, color, I just kind of want it to be a light, sort of light gray but not too light, like CCC. How are we doing so far? There it is. It's really, really small. So let's make it not so small. Font size One rim. That's more like it, but it's still in the wrong place. So absolute positioning, let's go top. We don't want it hugging the absolute corner of this thing. We'll do it about half a rim down from the top and half a rim in from the right. See where that gets us. Now it puts us all the way up here. So the way absolute positioning works, it's actually relative to the nearest ancestor that is also positioned. So what I can do is on the message itself, if I make that positioned, if I just say position relative on this, that'll leave it right where it is, but now it will be positioned. So I will be dealing with this when I say top and right. It's the top and right of my message now. So here it is, over here where I want it. I probably also want that cursor to change. Probably. So cursor, I'll put my positioning at the end. Cursor, pointer. Yay. Doesn't do a darn thing, but why not? I have a feeling I'm going to want Aphrodite here sooner or later, so I'm going to go ahead and add it. So I'll import that style sheet and CSS from Aphrodite. So what I need to do differently before this gets any more complicated, styles is now style sheet dot create, pass in this object. And then instead of using the style prop, I do class name. So on this one that already has a class name, I need to change that to curly braces and use template literal. There we go. And I need to have my curly braces. Okay, there we go. So this one, instead of style.details, I don't think I need the class name details really. I'll just do class name CSS styles details. Too many curly braces. Here's style equals that. So again, I need class name. Curly braces. I'll still put one in there called reaction button in case I need to use real CSS, because I kind of think I might want to. $, curly brace, CSS. Styles.reaction button. Now hopefully I successfully changed to Aphrodite and everything still looks like it did. It does. Good. But now I can do stuff like put a hover effect on this. So like on my reaction button, I can add a rule for hover. Say change the color to a nice blue, like 3366 FF. Yeah, there we go. And heck, I could change the, I think when we were fooling with Slack a minute ago, I noticed it always changes the background color slightly when you hover over a message. It does make it easier to see what is part of that message versus what's part of everything else, because they all kind of blend together. So we can do a hover effect on that too. So on the message itself, I'll add a little hover. Background, color, a really light gray, like F6S6. Which kind of begs for some padding now. All right, no problem. Padding, I have 0 at the top and bottom. It really needs some. Was one rim too much? No, I think that looks all right. I could use some more messages in there. Thanks for welcoming me, other me. Very good. So now we've got the button that doesn't do a darn thing. Add and style non-working reaction button. Since I'm satisfied with where we are right now, I'm going to commit before I break everything. Always a good idea.